Hi guys, I wanted to talk to you about well, it's kind of piggybacking off of a previous video that I did saying or asking, should you team drive? And one of the main points that I brought out was, if you're considering team driving, make sure that your personalities and work ethic are compatible. You have to, because you will clash. No matter who you're with, you will clash. There's no way around it. Just to back up a little bit, I was a team driver. Opened a business with the co-driver. We leased the truck jointly. Everything was joint. But now I'm going solo. I'm currently at the terminal right now, going through that process. One of our issue was the compatibility. It just boiled down to us being two different people. When it comes to a job, I'm, what do I have to do to get this job done? This, and this. Well, that's what I'm going to do. That, and that. Let's get it done. It is what it is. Trucking is not hard, so to speak, but there are some things that you need to do that are set in place that are pretty much universal to make the job easier and more efficient. Let's just do it. Let's get it done and move on to the next day, because there are going to be issues there. That's the type of person I am. I'm not prone to emotional outbursts at all. I don't like tension. I'm very laid back. I'm very chill. I'm very patient. I'm very, I don't have time for that mess. I don't have time for it. If something needs to be said or done, or I'm going to suggest it. I'm going to talk to you about it. I'm not going to yell, rah, rah, rah. I'm not going to do that. But I am going to talk to you about it, And just to backtrack, coming out of training, my co-driver didn't know what she should have learned, in training. She didn't know. And that was a combination of her trainer and mostly her not taking the reins in her training, to learn what it is that she needs to learn, being proactive about her job. So when she came on the truck with me, which I didn't find out until after we were on the truck, that she didn't know a lot of things that you should know, even the basic things, she didn't know them. And me and her had met in training. We were roommates while we were in school. So, I knew that we got along. We did have a conversation or two before we decided to go ahead and truck together. So I did not know that she did not know what she should know, So I didn't find out the severity of it until we got in. So me being patient, I'm very patient, somebody had to help me. So I have no problem with that. I consider her a friend. So I had no problem with helping her. So what she learned, I taught her, and she picked it up really nicely. And, she got a lot stronger. And that's the type of person that I am. If I have some knowledge, I'm going to drop it for you so that you'll know, so that we're both on the same level when it comes to operating in this business, so that it can be done efficiently and effectively. That's the type of person that I am. Did it cause me to have some nights where I couldn't get as much sleep because she needed questions answered? And yeah, of course, but if it has to be done, I'll take one for the team. That's the type of person that I am, because it has to be done. Generally, we got along great. Generally, we had a lot of laughs, a lot of, sticky situations that we got in and got out of and laughed about later, and things we experienced. We had a great time. Great time. It's just that personality clash came in. If I was to mention something, hey, this has to be done. Like, we have to do this. And she not wanting to hear it for that day, then she about to get an attitude or something. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't. We got to do it. Everything that I'm saying is not mean, wrong. It's all with us in mind, with the business in mind. And that's the type of person that I am. I think about things 360, and I try to have a plan for stuff, and I try, just to make things run efficiently. That's how I am. So when it all boils down to it, I need someone just as proactive to work with. I need to know that when I'm sleeping, things are going to get handled, and handled the right way, and handled efficiently, not nonchalantly and lackadaisically. And I don't, and we just clash that way. I need a workhorse to work with. I need somebody who's on top of their toes about stuff. I need somebody who doesn't mind planning or coming up with suggestions. It's kind of wearing if, and taxing if you're the only one coming up with plans, or the only one getting stuff done most of the time, and the only one, it's very aggravating. Yeah, initially I took on that role because, I was teaching her a lot of stuff. I took on that role. So, but that wasn't a role, that was just me, so I'm not going to change it. It just is how it is. So generally I need someone who has the same type of mindset. Hey, we got to do this, let's do it. Hey, we have to learn this, let's learn it. It was one situation where, what was it? Learning the tandems. The tandems were, I'm still learning about those tandems actually, but I got a good grasp on them, on how to, distribute weight and all of that. And I tried to explain to her, and then it took her a while to grasp. So I'm telling her, hey, you need to be on YouTube, you need to be in the forums on Facebook, asking questions, learning on your own time. You don't just drive and then when your shift is up, you're going up there to go to sleep. And learning is continual. It doesn't matter what you're doing. So if I find that every time we got to go and slide the tandems, you're asking the same questions over and over and over and over and over again, and I know that you're not trying to, further your education concerning them, I have an issue with that, because I'm going to get tired of saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I expect you to be able to, take the reins and better yourself so that we can come together and build each other up. That's where I am. That's the type of person that I am. So it was one instance when I said that, and it aggravated her nerves. And there was some tension and some attitude and some, I was just talking just like this, and just as calm, and I don't have time for that, guys. I really don't. So it was just too many of those instances, and it just had to stop. She would say that she said I have a your way or the highway type of mentality, and me, I don't think so, because the processes that I'm trying to, one, I was teaching you everything that I know. So from the beginning, you're gleaning from me. So, and the processes that I learned came from somebody else. So I'm trying to give you this so that you can learn this, so that we can, operate efficiently. So it's not my way or the highway. This is a universal process that was taught to me, that was taught to them, that I'm teaching to you, so it is what it is. And, eventually that's what happened. She took on to the process and did it. And it worked. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm not prone to emotional fits. I'll talk to you just like, I'll be pissed, but I'll talk to you just like this, and you'll know that it's not budging. This is what has to happen. It's fine. Go have your tantrum, but this is what's gonna be. I can't, especially if it's what really has to happen. It's not just me saying, oh, you need to do this because this is what I want. No, I'm not that type of person. I know how to consider someone else when living with someone else or operating in a team. I'm a great team player. Great. So it got to a point where it was too many of those instances happening, and it just couldn't happen. The last night, when I told you it was a fly-by-night decision to go solo, the last night it was a one of those instances happening with attitude and all of that, and it's like, okay, it's good. We clash. She recognized that we clashed. We couldn't work together, and so it is what it is. So I am going solo. I have no problem with that. I'm pretty sure that I would succeed, and so will she. She really will. She's learned a lot. She's strong, you know. We don't have any issues between us. I love her, and I wish her the best, and she's gonna do fine, you know. I'm not that type of person. Love over hate. Always, always, always. I can love my enemy genuinely. I can look at you and say, I love you if you just pissed me off. Like, I don't have an issue with that. And it worked every time, because every time there was an issue, I just remained my loving, polite, calm self, and she calmed down eventually, and we were able to talk, and that's how we were able to go on like we were, you know, for so long. But eventually we both came to the conclusion, like, we can't work together because our personalities clash. So I would advise you to make sure, please make sure, that if you're getting into a team with somebody, make sure your personalities and your work ethic are the same, if not very, very similar. Please consider that. I'm gonna do some videos coming because I'm going solo, so it's gonna be a lot of stuff that I'm learning on top of the other stuff that I was learning. And I'm still going to be leased, and I'm going to do a video that shows how I keep my receipts and stuff in order, because that's important too. I just got a few videos that are going to come. If you have any video ideas, just drop them, and I will, you know, I will try to get those videos out. If you have any questions or comments, or, you know, any advice for me, let me know. Until the next video, guys, God bless and take care.